It all comes back to money.
This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steindler.
All right, welcome back to the Keep Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steindler. For just tuning in, we were talking about timing versus just time in, and how, I think we talk about this sometimes, but I think it's good to always go back to it. Just remember why national 24-hour programs exist. I know it seems like they exist to educate us and entertain us, but they exist to sell advertising. I mean, that's their only purpose.
Yep.
If a newspaper doesn't sell advertising, there is no newspaper, right? If CNBC doesn't have people running commercials for trading, there is no CNBC. It doesn't exist without it.
Yeah.
So when a guy is telling you about his trading strategy during a show that's based 100% on basically day trading, and then all the commercials are from platforms that you can trade on, just remember, there's some conflict of interest there.
Mm-hmm.
And to watch a show that tells you should buy this stock or sell this stock, or they own this, or what about a call spread or an options or whatever, just be careful that you're not listening to something that's being told to you, because it sure does help the sponsors that spend a lot of money.
Not only that, but the people that are coming on as the so-called experts.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we seen, Jamie, where they're running a portfolio, and they put a position in their portfolio, and then they go on a TV show and they're asked, well, what do you like? Well, I like this, And
they'll put the little blurb next to them, like, just so you know, Bob does own 1 million shares of this.
Yeah,
It's like, well, it's convenient.
Yeah. And so all of a sudden he has, his clients that he's representing, he puts them all into this stock.
Right.
And then he gets on a national news show and says he really likes this stock. And then, the whole audience is going in, and a lot of them are going into their personal accounts and saying, well, Bob bought this. He talked about it on his show.
Right.
They're going to be the suckers that go in after Bob.
Sure.
Now, if a person who's an actual advisor did that would be considered illegal.
Oh yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of rubs us the wrong way. But have your antennas up and be aware when you're listening to these shows.
Yep. Yeah. Any disclosure. By the way, I'm about to talk about this, but my charitable trust owns this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great that it's a charitable trust, but it still is your money. And if you're telling us you own it, then there is conflict of interest there. So.
Yeah, and segueing into our next story, don't be smoking any of that legal marijuana before you listen to these guys and start making decisions on your portfolio.
Right. So weed is all the talk all across the country. Many states legalizing it. Canada talking about legalizing it. And I think anytime we see something like that, right, there's this instant... Everyone wants to hit the home run. I mean, we just talked a minute ago about how just being in the market is the most important thing. But everybody wants to be that guy that, bought Google at $1 a share or, whatever, right? And it seems like from calls that we've gotten over the last year or so, and definitely escalating here in the last few months, everybody wants to know about marijuana stocks, okay?
Is this the same people that 6 months ago were calling us about Bitcoin stocks?
It could be similar people.
Okay.
So, but here, and by the way, Bitcoin is down an insane amount.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about how it's just a terrible idea to get into something you don't understand.
We kind of related it to going to a casino.
Yes.
Pretty
well,
much throwing
I'm going
the
to tell
dice.
you right now, had you gone to that casino in the summer, it did not turn out well for you. But here's the thing with marijuana stocks. Okay, I'm gonna point out a couple of things that are important. First and foremost, this is not in any way, shape, or form to be construed as a recommendation to buy, not buy, sell, not sell, anything like that at all. I am not giving you advice on what you should do about marijuana stocks. We're simply pointing out some things you should consider if this is an area of the market you intend to move into. The first and foremost that I think is not discussed enough is it is federally illegal to smoke weed. Period.
Yep.
So if you're purchasing the stock of a company whose sole purpose in life is to create a product that is federally illegal, you should probably understand the ramifications of that. Now, I understand things are loosening all across the country and all this, but it is still illegal in the United States on a federal level, even in a city where it's legal. If a federal agent saw you, they could arrest you because it is still illegal to smoke marijuana.
Now, how does this create problems for companies that are in the marijuana business?
So the biggest problem, and why many of these companies are struggling just to even prove profitability and everything else, is it really screws up their ability to bank. Because if the federal government says something's illegal, guess what? JP Morgan Chase isn't interested in taking your credit card payments. JP Morgan Chase isn't interested in having you deposit your $40,000 in cash that you got today. And neither is Bank of America, and neither is Fifth Third, and neither is any credit union, because they're all federally backed. So they have to report to the federal government, just like the whole rule about, and I'm sure everyone knows this, if you deposit more than $10,000 in cash at the bank has to file a report with the IRS that says you did that. If every day you as a business owner are coming in with $50,000 in cash and depositing it, I promise you the bank will be calling and saying, what exactly is your business again? Because the federal government is absolutely looking at this. Now, that's not to say that they can't become profitable, but that's a big hurdle. So when you're looking at many times these penny stocks and stuff that are seemingly worthless, the idea that as soon as fill in the blank, Michigan, Nevada, Canada, whatever, legalizes this, there's going to be some serious profits in this. There may be someday, but, I would be very cautious at thinking that's going to come really soon.
Now, does that also create a problem if the marijuana business that can't bank starts accumulating a lot of cash, and they start saying, okay, like any other normal business would, they're going to say, okay, we're accumulating a lot of cash. We're going to try to take this cash and diversify so that we can have different streams of income coming into our company.
Sure.
So
now comes the question, without me being a lawyer, but things that I've read on it, becomes a question, are you using money received from an illegal business in the eyes of the federal government? And in doing so, are you trying to open up something else, which,
is kind of the definition of money laundering.
Kind of becomes money laundering, kind of becomes RICO and all these other, almost the same type of stuff the federal government went after the mafia and mobsters with. They kind of have at their disposal. Now, here's the crazy thing. Depends on who the administration is. Depends on who the attorney general is. Depends on who the U.S. attorney, probably in the state that person lives in. But these are a lot of kind of fundamental unknowns to be trying to invest in something when there's not a lot of, now Canada has the possibility of becoming a lot clearer, because Canada, clearer, even though, sorry, smoke from the weed. But no, I mean, Canada has the possibility of the picture becoming a lot more clear, simply because they're looking at a federal legalization of it. But the other day, Jim Cramer, one of those talking heads, he had the CEO on there from one of the big Canadian cannabis companies. And even that guy said, everyone has to just chill a little bit. He says everyone expects these huge profits when Canada legalizes this. He's like, but it's not going to happen overnight. So all the point of this is just caution. Just like what we said with cryptocurrency, just like we've said about precious metals in the past, caution. Why is the guy that's calling you on the phone to sell you gold so anxious to get rid of his gold if he thinks it's such a great investment, right?
Right.
Why is everybody trying to open up a cannabis company right now?
Right.
There are going to be some that make it. There are going to be some that don't. Nap Corners, we did not need 4 froyo companies, right?
Right.
So far, one of them's down. I mean, how do you really know enough about the legal marijuana business to be able to say, you know what, that weed company right there, that's the one? You don't, because no one does.
Another issue they brought up too was the fact that there's not really a distribution system set up.
Right.
Okay. Now you look at any major business that manufactures anything, and they have to figure out a way of getting that distribution set up so that you can get the product from where it's manufactured to some sort of store or delivery system to get it to the people that are going to actually use it. And there's links and chains in the way, and people are going to want to add to the cost on every step of that distribution. And
because it's an illicit substance, you're going to have to worry about crossing state lines. You're going to have to worry about security. You're going to have to worry about, just protecting the product and as a whole too. So a lot of challenges still facing that industry. As more comes up with it, well, I'm sure we'll talk about it again in the future. So, all right, coming up, we're going to have Dan Van Singel in to tell us a little bit about himself and why he is a financial advisor. When we come back right here on the Keeping Your Money Show.
There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning your future. Jamie, Bart, and all of the advisors at the Keeping Your Money Show understand that your financial goals are unique and your needs are going to change at varying stages of your life. Our team of advisors can help you tailor a financial plan that meets your unique needs. Call us today at 1-888-98-MONEY or visit keepingyourmoney.com to schedule your free initial consultation.